In some of our other videos, we've talked about various meters. So we've talked about voltmeters, we've talked about amp meters, we've talked about ohm meters and mega ohm meters, and how critical they are to troubleshooting. A capacitor checker kind of falls into a little bit different category in that it's not a critical item to have, but you're going to run into troubleshooting situations where it will become very handy and very convenient to have one of these. Capacitors are found in Franklin Electric single-phase control boxes. This happens to be the QD control box. You'll see one start capacitor and one QD relay. This start capacitor improves the starting performance of the motor, and that's what starting capacitors do. And starting capacitors tend to be either black or gray. This is a 5 horsepower control box, and you can see we've got one starting capacitor and we actually have 2 running capacitors here. And what these running capacitors do, once again, they improve the performance of the motor, especially the running performance of the motor, and they play a large component in the efficiency and improving the efficiency of a single-phase motor. In the case of this QD control box, if you have a situation with a bad capacitor, chances are you may not even know that. You simply know that the control box is bad. And probably in most cases what you do, you just take this off, you take the lid off, you put a new lid on, and hopefully that solves the issue, and you go on down the road to the next job site. However, you're going to run into cases where with these larger control boxes, it may be too expensive to try to replace the entire control box, and you've got to do a little bit of troubleshooting. And that's where the capacitor checker comes in.